Good evening, Podium Chasers. I hope you are well. Welcome back. Yes, I finally had some sleep after the Spa 24-hour event at the weekend and woke up just in time to get this one underway. So welcome to everybody that's here so far this evening. This is the Formula Racing League. This is the Timpson Super Sprint Series held on a Tuesday, of course. This is Season 3, Round 4. And here we are at, well, there's more than one track in Belgium, isn't there? And to be honest with you, Spa is a favourite of mine. You can't really see on the wall today because I've adjusted the camera, but we are here at the Zolder for the sprints, and I think it's going to be pretty epic. Format for the show this evening, as always, we're just in free practice at the moment. We will, of course, finish free practice, then we're going to have a 16-minute qualifying session that will consist 8 minutes for the AM class, 8 minutes for the Pro class, and then we will get into our first 25-minute sprint race of the evening. Remember, this is purely sprint, so we're not interested in any pit stops, no tyres, no strategy, just a absolute fight from start to finish. And then once that's completed, everybody can have a little breather for a few moments, go out and do another qualifying session, and then have another 25-minute battle. Amazing stuff. And you may say, I need to do this. This is a homage. Obviously, we did the 24 hours of Spa at the weekend. If anybody hasn't had a chance to go and watch that yet, please do so. You can catch a couple of 3-hour stints on my channel. You can catch all of that and the entire event from all of the commentators that took part during that epic 24-hour event on the YouTube on the Formula Racing League Twitch channel, which is Formula Racing League TV. So have a look at that. Nearly didn't get that out then, did I? But because we did that, and I also did do some driving actually, did a stint early doors, and Chromadex, one of our other commentators, wasn't very nice about me. I was expecting some commentator love actually, but when I went back and found that section of the actual race, he seemed to put a lot of blame at my door when it wasn't. But there you go. Obviously, he doesn't know, he wasn't in the car. But a homage to that, my team, Red Kings Motorsport, the first team finished 3rd, which was amazing. And we finished 25th out of 50 starting, so over 24 hours, that's pretty good. And I'm just going to do this for everyone right now, and there we go. I had to do it, it has to be done. The Formula Racing League t-shirt is, well, definitely having a wash. It's, 24 hours worth of action was quite sweaty, let's put it that way. So yes, I'm bigging this one up tonight, and that's Cascanova, Red Kings Motorsport, sponsored by Redion Sim Racing Wind Accessories. So if you want a wind sim, please go and check them out and use RKM Coops as your code to get a discount, obviously. Anyway, back to what's happening tonight. We will, of course, run through all the statistics for our drivers in this championship. So round 4 of 7, so we are just over the halfway point, and things are starting to get a bit juicy. We're currently looking at Vincenzo Senatore. He's been doing pretty well in free practice, I have to say, and we do have some really awesome liveries this evening. Now, Junior Hughes messaged me earlier going, I've changed my livery, so hopefully people will see me and not crash into me. So evidently that piqued my interest, and I thought, what does he mean? What could he have done to his livery? He's gone for the Traction Dave School of Paintwork. There you go, look at that. I mean, if anybody misses that car, there is some serious issues, isn't there? Serious issues there. But there you go, there's Junior Hughes in his one-off livery, which he may just keep. I have no idea. But yeah, so in the live chat, Nico's in. Hello, Nico. Good evening. Hope you're well. Good luck tonight. Do you fancy your chances? Currently 9th in free practice with a 129. Well, we know that it's going to be very, very close. We'll obviously talk about the track in more detail when we get into qualifying. As always, we will do a full lap guide, real time on board, and yeah, we'll figure out what's the best way around the track. It's a very technical track, is Zolder. It's tight, it's twisty, it's quite Donington-esque, really, and there's not a huge amount of room on there, and I'm expecting this to be quite a battle. Yeah, I mean, whoever's doing the stewarding tonight may be a little busier than normal, as we're having a look at Harry Goswell in his Tesco Aston. I did drop the every little helps last week, but yeah, there you go, everything well. So Harry's going to be hoping for a decent run tonight, no doubt. And going by what he normally does, I'm sure he's put in about 200 laps of practice this week. But yeah, we'll soon find out, won't we? 3 of you in at the moment, which is great to see. Say hello. You know we like to do that. So obviously this is sponsored by Timpson, courtesy of the hard work by Mr. Christopher Gedman. Now I am expecting him to drop into the chat at some point. It is Tuesday, and Chris likes to drop in every Tuesday and get me to punt the Taco Tuesday series. So I'll do that now whilst he's not here. If you're on console, yeah, PS4, PS5, Taco Tuesdays is the greatest championship there is on a Tuesday. I know, because I used to do comms for it all the time. And yeah, 3 full grids. That's what you need to get involved with. That's on the PlayStation side. So Formula Racing League TV for the Twitch channel. I need to pull, where do I need? I want this. Let's have a look at the stats. Let's have a go through the stats, shall we? So in the AM class, Michael Massey is currently still leading that championship in his Nissan with 141 points. Ryan Blanchett, actually I like his livery this evening, you'll see that in a moment. Ryan Blanchett is second in his Ferrari on 121 points, and in third place we have Stuart Pryor, and I believe those two are stable mates in his Aston Martin on 117 points. Daniel Chris Schneider is fourth in his Bentley on 104, then Black Magic is fifth in the Honda on 94 points. Harry Goswell not too far down the road in sixth in his Aston on 85 points, and James Williams in the Pink Pig Porsche is seventh on 78 points. So Mario Mariano in the BMW is 77th, and I do believe Mario Mariano has a ridiculously crazy livery on this evening, which we will have a look at shortly. Stefano Baretti is 9th on 76 points, Nigel Longdon 10th in his McLaren on 65, and then we've got Ian Thompson aka Chico in his Porsche on 60 points. In 12th place, Anderson Albuquerque in the Vantage on 60 points. Patrick Dean is in 13th place. I know he wasn't particularly looking forward to this one. There's been quite a lot of chat going on in Discord about how everyone's looking forward to playing with the curbs. Again, if you're not familiar with the track, you will be. Brooke is in. Hello, buddy. Hope you're well. Yeah, nice to see you again this evening. JR's in as well. Let's go, boys. JR's slowly trying to take over the grid. We have another entry this evening from the Run DJC boys. I believe his name is Ryan, which we'll have a good look at him in a little while. Where do we get to on here? Patrick Dean, Neil Woodward 14th in his Porsche on 49 points. Matthew Ing is 15th in his Vantage on 47. Then we've got Ian Prentice in the BMW on 45 points. Michael Herbert 17th in the McLaren on 42 points. Then Serkan Duran in his ever-trusty Lamborghini on 41 points. In 18th, Mad Chip is 19th. He's got a DSQ though. Mad Chip actually took on the 24 Hours of Spa solo and was doing really well, until one of his shifters snapped, and he sent everyone a picture of it, which was a real shame for him, because we were all rooting for him and another chap in that particular event. Jelly Damstra is 20th in the McLaren on 38 points. Sven Corvin is 21st in the Porsche on 36. Rokas Kakauskis is 22nd in the Honda on 32 points. We've got a couple of DSQs there. Simon Turner, wait till you see his livery tonight. In his Porsche, he's on 23 points. And then Jan Hobler is 26th with 16 points. That is your AM category. Quick look at the live chat before we do the pros. Junior, go get yourself sorted. Brookside? What's Brookside all about? What's Brookside? I mean, I don't know if you're harping back to an age-old sort of Liverpudlian, could you call it a soap opera? With our buddy and Teddy. Don't know. Anyway, in the pro class, Thomas Nopek. Let's change driver. Let's change driver whilst we do that. Let's have a look at Mr. Dean's. Oh, he's in the beam, isn't he? That looks very much like a Red Kings Motorsport livery there. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Who's else has got an interesting livery whilst I just jump on there? Anderson, Stefano, Mr. Pryor, Black Magic, they're all out at the moment. Woody's out. Let's have a look at Woody's Porsche. We like that. Chris Smiling. Morning. Are you on that weird time clock again, Chris? You still feeling poorly, mate? I hope you're feeling a little bit better. Yes, he is. He is indeed. So we'll have a look at Woody's. And we'll have a look at Chica's with his little Scottish flag on the wings there whilst we run through the Pro class. Yeah, so Thomas Knoppek is leaving that championship at the moment. Have they brought another driver off? I have no idea. No idea. Is leading with 148 points in the BMW. Vincenzo Senatore, his teammate, is second place in his BMW, 119 points. Junior Hughes is the only person at the moment who looks like he's going to trouble those two. He's in third place in his BMW, 115 points. And we've got Cameron Martin in the Porsche on 108 points in fourth. Marco Keddy in fifth in his McLaren on 105, although Keddy is flying things this week. So he's not going to be about. Chris Pizik is in sixth in the Audi on 102 points, and we've got Bjorn Dale in seventh in his BMW on 96. Malte Pauli is eighth in the Beamer on 93 points, and we've got Terence Keenan, who's ninth in the Honda on 77 points. Now, Terence Keenan, in the 24 hours, as soon as I was doing my stints, and as soon as I saw he got into his team's car, and at that point he was, 13 seconds down the road from me. As soon as I saw it was Keenan, I was like, oh, well, I've lost that spot, haven't I? Considering I don't actually do any driving anymore. And I think it was, 5 or 6 laps, and he was just gone. And I didn't even bother fighting him. There was no point. Very quick driver. Ludovic Favets in 10th in his Ferrari on 74 points for the FBR guys. They took part in it as well. Alan Brown is 11th in the Aston Martin on 71 points. Pascal Petrus, another FBR driver, in 12th in his Ferrari on 64 points. Then we've got Dave Goodway in 13th in the Merc on 61. He's got a very nice livery, a Hot Wheels livery on there. Nico Veldman is 14th in his Audi on 60 points. Sergio Azorio 15th in his Vantage on 50 points. Konstantin Volkov disqualified in another league, although rapid. Mattis Hellerman is 17th in the BMW on 47 points. Then we've got Zach Dow 18th in his Honda on 43. Tried to kill me at Spa. Less said the better. Patrick Lipka is in 19th on 42 points, and then we've got Sheng in 20th place in the Honda on 40. Rapid. Eli is disqualified. Domakosh is also apparently disqualified. Sean Freeman from Run at DJC 23rd in his Honda on 30 points, and Kerikes is out. Delatour, okay, and then Brian O'Sullivan is still in there in his McLaren, but with 0 points. So that runs through the standings. Phew, we've got that bit done. Got that bit done. Right, so it says an hour and 15. Obviously it's not, because there's actually 3 minutes to go until qualifying, which is good, because that means we're going to start getting some action going. Let's just have a look there. Right, 6 of you in at the moment. Good evening to you, one and all. If you haven't, please do use that little finger and press the like button. That would be super awesome. Helps the channel immensely. Gets the footage of all these fantastic drivers out to more people, and evidently that means more people come and join us, so we can put on more huge events and great ones just like this. Speaking of events, let's have a quick look. At the calendar for the season whilst we're in free practice still. So here we go. We're on Tuesday. It's the Super Sprints on Tuesday, 8 o'clock UK time, 2 25-minute races. Rookies take place on a Thursday, which is always pretty awesome. That's an hour race. And yeah, it is what it says it is. It is the rookies. So we have varying levels of experience in there. Pure Simply GT3 Fridays, obviously on a Friday, again at 8 o'clock UK time, and that's an hour race. A very, very high standard of driving in there. And that one's presented by Chromadex. And I believe James. No, James is doing Tier 2 on a Friday now, isn't he? I think he is. And then we've got our Endurance Saturdays as well, which is all fantastic. Quick shout out to all these legends. These are the patrons within Formula Racing League. That list probably needs to be updated yet again. Everybody there helps to ensure that we can run all these events, all these servers across PS4, PS5 and PC. So thank you, ladies and gents. I really appreciate that. And again, if you are wondering why I'm sitting here with a Red Kings Motorsport sponsored by Radeon, well, obviously I drove for them at the weekend. It's just a little thank you for them letting me drive, really. Well, we say drive, I mean that's quite a loose term. Right, in the pits we go. So we're just about to get qualifying started. Remember, so currently in free practice we've got 17 ambient, 20 on track.
Green light, go, go, go.
Let's see. Green light, go, go, go. Who's going to be first out the bag? Chica wants to get out there. Let's have a look. So 8 minutes for the AMS. Chris Sota, or Salter, is, I believe, the first one out the bag. Now, Chris, I haven't seen Chris before, so he's a new individual. Nice livery on that, I have to say. And Blanchett, who's just taken a little wander there. Was that Blanchett? Yeah, it's Blanchett, number 5. So Blanchett in his Ferrari. Let's just have a quick look at that. He's actually taken the time. I really like this. We'll wait till we get a different angle. He's actually taken the time to put Timpson, the sponsors of this event, this series, on his car. That's a nice touch, Ryan. I like that a lot. I do like that. Anyway, so Chris Sota, here we have in the Honda, making his way round Zolder. Now, normally, obviously, people try and take their time. They want to get some heat into those tyres and brakes, you know, make sure the car's prepped nicely. Grid's looking close again. Yes, Nico, I think it's going to be massively close today. Exciting and a little bit scary, probably. This is what I'm alluding to. It's not a big track. There's only 10 corners. And if you think I'm going to try and say the names of these corners, you would be very mistaken because I can't pronounce them. So it'll be T1 through to 10, although you've got the Klein chicane, which I can say that. There isn't a lot of space on track, so it's very difficult for people. It's got to be difficult for people to get their gaps. And look, we're already around. We're already back on first lap already. So let's get on board. Let's get a little bit of a feel for it, shall we? So we will also do a full lap guide once we get. I normally do that when we get on with the pros. It's going to be interesting to see. You know, we're gonna, you know, Harry Goswell, Michael Massey. You know, they're kind of the outliers really. Ryan as well, Blanchett. He was doing very, very well in this championship. Don't think he had a great race last time out. But again, there's still 3 rounds to go, including this one. Coffee delivery device sent to me by Formula Racing League. That's how much I've used it. All the stuff's coming. Oh dear, watch out, Chris. And Chris has got a little bit of a wobble on there, which isn't going to do him too much good, so we can move back. So who's that? Chica's in the 55, so Chica is going to have a little push. As you can see, he's coming up to the back, hard on the brakes. It's not really a hairpin, that corner, is it? Well, it's not a hairpin, but it feels like one, because obviously you're hard on the brakes and you're down into first gear, and then we're up into the last chicane. See how the Porsche's handling these curbs. Now, everybody talks about curbs and Zolder, and they are synonymous with each other because she's got some big curbs, and she likes to get cars doing things they shouldn't really be doing. So Chica does a 131.2, and Rokas Kakauskas does a 130.8. Harry Goswell into the 29s, 129.487. So that was a decent lap by him. You can see on your screen, just again, if you're new, if you're joining us for the first time, that needs to be moved, doesn't it? It does indeed. So I shall move it. One second, ladies and gents. There we go. That's a bit better. That'll look better next time it comes around. Yeah, so on your screens you can evidently see you've got a driver's name, driver's number. Remember, if it's a white number with a red background, that denotes the M class, and if it's a white number with a green background, that evidently means they're in the pro section. Doozy is in. Hello, Doozy. I'll say Doozy because I didn't want to say Dozy. I'll go with Doozy, it sounds much better. You can see obviously the make of car that they're in. We can see what the gaps are to the cars in front. We don't really need to focus on that at the moment, that's more for the race. But the most important part of what you're viewing at the moment is going to be the timings on the very edge of that. So obviously if they're in red, that means they're going slower. These are the real-time doubters. Dow's in as well. Hey Cubes, how you recovered? Yeah, I'm all good. I'm all good, Dow. I am all good. And obviously if they are green, that means they are up on their previous doubter. So that will give you guys all an indication of who's moving within that pack. So certainly keep your eye on it and go from there. No, Sullivan is in. Hello all. Hi all. Hello Ryan. Have you, in fact, have all of you lot recovered from the 24-hour race? More importantly, I didn't say a word for a whole day just to recover the old vocal cords in preparation for this evening. That's a little bit wide there. that is not going to do any good at all as they come down towards the chicane. I'm still recovering. Was great fun. It was indeed. Doozy, what's your actual name? What's your actual name then? From, obviously I don't know Doozy, but I'll know your race name, which would be pretty cool to know. So, this guy, I mean, he was flying earlier on in the BMW, and he seems to be continuing with that pace at the moment in the 998 BMW. Patrick Dean there, very, very good driver. Really didn't seem particularly confident earlier on in Discord, but I think that may just have been a bit of a ruse, just to get everybody thinking about those curves a little bit more. But he's gone in with a 128.840. However, 7,000 down the road is Michael Massey. That's pretty interesting. Also in the 28s, we've got Nigel Longdon, and then we've got Ryan Stinger. Longdon third. Come on, son, says Chris Jones. Indeed. I'm ready and set to do it again for the 8 hours of Bathurst. Yes, we will talk about that. Of course we will, Dan. We need to give that a plug, most certainly. And if you guys are thinking, what's that all about? You'll find out. You'll find out. So there we go. Longdon in his McLaren with his long smile. Oh, okay. Harvey. Nice. Yep. Remember you. Yep. Remember you well, mate. Remember you well. Good to have you in, anyway. He's alien. He's not confident in our. Well, who knows? Yeah. Mr. Mills, I remember you well. So Nigel, is he going to improve? Is he going to improve on that time? He does improve on that time. He goes provisional pole with a 128.712. Who said the McLaren wasn't particularly good around Zolder? I have no idea. And we've got Anderson Albuquerque. He's pulled over. So Patrick Dean's third. Michael Massey's improved. So he's gone into P2 in his Nissan. Very stealthy Nissan, that one. Ryan Stinger. So I believe Ryan is the new guy for Run DJC. There we go. Look at him just showing us there. He knew we were on him. He just sort of get the tail out a little bit. But yeah, welcome. And he's got that number 44 on there as well. Just so we know who they are. But good to have you with us, Ryan. Chesney is another newbie that I haven't actually seen. God, Sam Harry. Hey? It is. Oh my word, yeah. Look at Harry Goswell. He's now gone provisional pole with a 28.6. So it's very, very tight. We're talking hundreds. We are talking hundreds about that. Yeah, but imagine, Chris, if the Anfield's this quick, what's the pros going to be like? It's going to be a mental race. 2 races. It really is this evening. So Ryan is currently in... Not Ryan, sorry. Chesney is in 6th place. Ryan's in 7th. Chris Schneider's just gone yellow, so he's pulled over and done his lap. He's in 8th at the moment. Sven is 9th in his 72 Porsche. Again, look, everyone in front just jostling for position. Everyone's just trying to make sure they've got a bit of space, a bit of clear space on the road. It's not that easy to do that, I'm afraid. And these guys... Yeah, we'll see what happens. Stuart Pryor's currently in 10th position in the pits. Well, I believe... Well, look at that. Harry's doing really well in that Aston. So his qualifying is finished. So Harry's finished, Nigel's finished, and Michael's finished. There's your top 3. That's very good, Mr. Longdon. I like that. Michael Massey, there you go, in his Nissan, just hiding. I did say he's quite stealthy. He's just hiding there behind the 44 BMW. Pat Dean in 4th place. Anderson 5th. Chesney's in 6th. Ryan Stinger is in 7th position. Chris Schneider's in 8th. Corvin's in the pro class and he's out at the moment. That's fair enough. And then we've got Prize in the pits. So the pro guys should now be making their way out. Who's 99? Thomas Nopek. Okay. So he looks like he's going to be the first one out of the bag. Curbs, not too bad. He did the right thing there. He got a straight line across that second part. Most certainly. Again, all seems very calm, very controlled. No major dramas. And that's exactly what you need to have around Zolder. It's just got to be just metronomic. You just got to make sure you're hitting those braking markers, turning points, acceleration zones, balancing the car nicely. And what better way to do that than in probably one of, if not the most stable car in the simulator, in my humble opinion. Anyway, as he crosses the line onto the fly, into the first corner, down into third, you've got to get the car tucked in. Use the curb on the right hand side, get it across to the left where you've got the marshal's post there on the left hand side. That's your turning point, down to second. Use all of the curb on the right hand side. You short shifted up to third, then get it tight to the curb on the right, drift out to the left again. Then just where there's a little bit of a run-off road there, that's a little dab and down into third. Use the curb on the left hand side, pull it across to the right for the clean chicane. Now, really important braking zone this one, around about the 70 metre mark, hard on those brakes, get it down to second, tucked in, take the first bump there, if you like, the first curb, and then you have to straighten the wheel up to do the second one. Otherwise, if you're trying to take that one on any kind of angle, you're done. Anyway, run across downhill to the left into the next chicane. We'll redo that bit because it's such a short lap. There's a lot to talk about. And then we come up towards the final section here. Get the car tucked. You want to clip the curb on the left there. Stay tight on the left, just after the 100 board. On the brakes, down into first gear. Make sure you've got a turned in early clipping point on the throttle. Use all the exit curb there. Straight line this bit. And then under the bridge, get the car back across onto the right hand side. Again, you're looking probably around 60 metres here on the brakes, down into second, I'd suggest. In the beamer, take that curb, and then you've got to be patient in this one. The way the curb is cambered on the outside there and across the line, start finish straight. The way the curb's cambered on that last corner, if you're trying to push the throttle a little bit too much, the car's going to get massively out of shape. There's no question about that. And that lap was good enough for nothing. That was obviously invalidated. Terence Keenan, though, well, he did put together a fastest lap, 1:28.1. Now, we were all just saying in the live chat how quick the Anfield looks, which it certainly does. But Terence Keenan's gone flying in there, and he's just half a second quicker. First lap out the bag. Track conditions have gone up by 1 degree. Ambience are the same at 17 and 21. So not a massive difference in terms of the track conditions from free practice. However, there will be a big difference now in terms of you can see the discoloration on the track in terms of rubber being laid down. So there will be a difference in the evolution of the track, which is going to afford more grip, and obviously more mechanical grip means pushing those limits a bit more, braking a little bit later, carrying a little bit more speed through the middle of the corners, and getting on the throttle a little bit quicker on the way out. So that's all hopefully going to work in their favour. So, wow, Nico was in the live chat saying hello earlier on. He's gone provisional pole with a 28 flat. Oh my word, are we going to see 27s? I think we probably will. And there's Crazies there in his Merc. Let's have a look at him. Zach Dow's currently in P3 in his Honda. Now he's P4 because Thomas Nopek has put a lap together in his BMW. And we are in the 27s, ladies and gents. 27.967. That is rapid. That is very, very quick. And the Alex Zachdow Honda, there's no other than Zachdow. There you go. He likes that, doesn't he? Ryan's put a decent time in there. Ryan's gone provisional P4. That's knocked Zachdow down into potentially 5th place. Senatore, remember, he's Thomas Nopek's stablemate. He's only in 9th at the moment, but he is, what was that, 8/10. So that's going to put him on the cusp of a 28 flat stroke early 27. Those two, remember, were 1 and 2 in free practice. Ominous. That's all I'm going to say. We'll see this lap finish, and then we'll move and have a look at somebody else. 8 of you with us so far, welcome. This is the second part of qualifying, so the pros are out at the moment. They've got 8 minutes to set their qualifying time, and then we're going to move on into our first 25-minute sprint race of the evening. Please do remember, no pit stops, no strategy, nothing to worry about, just fuel for 25 minutes and go. I did say Vincenzo Senatore was pretty quick, and he puts his 112 BMW in provisional pole. What's that? That's 22 thousandths quicker than Terence Keenan. So we've got 1, 2, we've got 3 in the 27s. And then we've got Nico, who's, well, pretty much in the 27s. He's doing a 28 flat. then we've got a lot of early 28. So currently the top 12 are separated by just under a second. And I'm sure it's going to get even closer. Sean Freeman in his Run DJC Honda. Let's see what Sean can do for us this evening as he comes into the last chicane. Sean is up by half a second, so that's going to put in 28.5s, which will probably be good for 8th. There you go. Bosh, and it is exactly 28.5. I don't know how I do it. I really don't. But there we go. Well done, Sean. So you're into the top 8 with that particular lap. And what have we got left on there? Not long at all. Qualifying is just finishing. So if you're on a quick lap, you can finish. If you're not on a quick lap, that's a bit tough, unfortunately. Bjorn Dale in the 991 BMW. Where's Bjorn? Currently 14th. Is slightly up on his previous lap, but we'll see. That's not going to move him up a spot with him being that far. Well, no, now he's picking up some time, so he could move himself up a spot, maybe 2. That's how tight it is. Remember that now it's the top 13 are separated by not much, and Senatore decides to pit. Keenan also doing the same thing, so I'm thinking pole position is going to go to this guy here, as you can see, just touring round. I think he probably went light on fuel. And as Harry Goswell would then say, every little helps. Come on, get back. Junior on his last lap. Okie dokie. Thanks, Brooker. Let's have a look at Mr. Hughes. Where is he? We can't see him. Come on, camera, quicker. Oh, yeah, there it is. Well, let's have a look at him anyway. Now, yes, look at that. He's trying to get through the pit lane as fast as he can. Brooker, you're a terrible spotter, my friend. Okay, mate. Oh, wowsy, wow. This guy, that is a turn up for the books. Well, it's not really, is it? Nico Veldman, he steals pole position. Because Senatore's touring round, so he's not setting a fast lap. So, that was pretty impressive. So there you go, ladies and gents. That was pretty manic, as you would expect. Your grid for this evening's round 4 of season 3 for the Timpson Super Sprints within Formula Racing League looks a little bit like this. Nico Veldman is in P1. Congrats to you, Nico. Vincenzo Senatore is P2. Terence Keenan's in 3rd place. Thomas Nopek will start in 4th, member championship leader. Junior Hughes, 3rd in the championship, will start in 5th place. Ryan O'Sullivan in 6th. Zach Dow is going to start in 7th. Sean Freeman in 8th. And then Harry Goswell, P2 in his championship in the ANS, is going to start in 9th. First on the grid. Longdon's going to start in 10th. He was quick as well. Massey's leading that championship. He's going to start 11th. And then Patrick Dean is going to start 12th. Then we've got Paulie's going to start in 13th. Dave Goodway. There he is. Well, we can't really see that. Let's go Helicam. Yeah, there we go. But if you see, well, there's a Hot Wheels car there. I know exactly which one it is, but he's halfway down the grid. So Dave Goodway's going to start in 14th. Bjorn Dale is going to start in 15th position. Alan Brown in the Aston is going to be 16th. Hellerman 17th. Anderson Albuquerque is going to be 18th. Chesney Salazar 19th. Ryan Stinger, first one out for him this evening with us, qualifies in 20th position. Daniel Krishnaid 21st. Sven Corvin 22nd. Stuart Fry is going to start 23rd. Stefano Barretto is going to start 24th. Matthew Ing 25th. Ryan Blanchett, the only guy who's got Timpson on his car, in 26th. Black Magic 27th. Rokas Kokauskas is going to start in 28th position in the 888 Honda. Ian Prentice, another Run DJC driver, is going to start 29th. Adam Scrace Lurchies, one of our driving partners for Red Kings over the weekend, is going to start 30th. Chris Selter 31st. Sergio Osorio is going to be 32nd. Ian Thompson is going to start 33rd. Simon Turner in his blue and pink Porsche there, 34th. Ludovic is going to start in 35th. And then we've got Mario Mariano, 36th. And Neil Woodward, uncharacteristically for him, is going to start in 37th. So, 37 GT3 drivers, all pretty quick. Yeah, I mean, they are pretty quick, aren't they? I mean, what's going to happen? Shall we do... Well, let's just do that. Let's just do that for now. we've got the race gaps. That's all we need to see, don't we, for the doubters. In the live chat, let's have a quick look in there. That lap felt pretty good. Well, it looked pretty good, Nico. I mean, I didn't watch it, sorry, but it looked good on the timing screen, given that you're at the top of the pack. And Mr. Brizzle, Alan Brown, says, good luck, everyone. I'm sure that is going to be shared. Please, ladies and gents, it's such a short track. If you're having massive contact here, it's going to ruin your race very, very quickly. So please try and keep it clean as the formation up gets underway. 6 in with us still this evening, which is brilliant. If you haven't pressed like, please do. If you have, I thank you very, very much. Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. It's going to be a very tough one. Normally we do a track walk, but I've spent so much time going through all the stats, we didn't have time to do that, unfortunately. So we won't. We'll just concentrate. It's not as if it's going to take them that long to get round if they're doing a 1 minute 27 on a flyer. So remember, this is 25-minute sprints. My crystal ball is telling me this one isn't going to be completely clean. It's just a very twisty track. Well, I think you need to be aggressive here, and I love Zolder. I think it's a very rewarding circuit. You need to be aggressive. If you're sitting around waiting for a gap to develop, generally that's not going to happen. I mean, given the fact we've got 37 cars on this 10-corner circuit, I'm sure there are going to be incidents somewhere or other. But yeah, if you're going to make a move, you've got to get it done. You've got to really harass people. Smiley says, it's lovely until you get to a chicane, then it's awful. Wouldn't disagree with you there. At all, Chris. Wouldn't disagree. Quick one out, just get it out there again. That's it, I won't do it anymore. Paid for. I'm not going to tell you what I paid for that. Obviously I didn't. But yeah, just to bring something up, obviously this coming weekend we have a huge event that everybody needs to be aware of and come and support us with, really. We've got the VCO World Tour, which is obviously an event put on by SimGrid, and it's invite only, but they offer the biggest communities on SimGrid. They offer you a seat, and they actually offered us 3 seats at this race, and we said no. None of us are that fast. So we're hosting the event, and there's some pretty big names in there, and it's 8 hours of Bathurst on Sunday the 27th, and essentially the top 3 teams will then earn a place at that final event with an opportunity to win £10,000. So not to be sniffed at. So you need to come and join me. Obviously stuff will go out on socials, you need to come and join me on that one. Anyway, as we come round the final corner, how quick was that? They're at it already. They're straight on it already. Right, the run up to line again. Formula Racing League Timpson Super Sprint Series Season 3, Round 4 at Zolder. First 25-minute race is bound to get underway, and we are green and we are go, ladies and gents. Right, on the run down to turn 1, it's always an opportunity to try and make a move, purely because people's different braking zones. You wouldn't say that there's going to be a lot of opportunities in terms of different fuel, but we've got a move going on already there. He's on the inside. That looks like Senatore looking to push Nico all the way. Nico stays on the outside, which is the right thing to do. So he's got to get a decent run down there. He's gone up, more importantly, he's going to have the inside line into the first chicane. He's just got to hold that on the outside. He doesn't get pushed too wide. So at the moment, he's looking pretty good. Now, he's just going to pray and hope that everybody gets their braking point correct for the first time through the Klein chicane. He goes a little bit deep there. That wasn't the best line for Nico, unfortunately. Maybe a little bit cautious. Maybe the brakes hadn't quite warmed up enough. And now the run down to T2 cuts the nose of Senatore there, which was dangerous but needed to be done because he needs to get those tyres up and running and go from there. Had to give Junior some stick for that livery, and yeah, I'm not surprised, Brooker, at all. And where's Goswell gone? I don't know, mate. I'll have a look. I will have a look in a moment. Just want to see what action we get on this first lap. Goodway, Bale, Albuquerque, Salazar, Stringer, Pryor, Barretto, Magic are all pinged up on my screen, which means they're all either having a bit of love tap or there's been contact happening. So as we can see them flying down into the final chicane, turns 9 and 10, and that will be 1 lap completed. How quick was that? Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so whilst we have a look back on this, I'm going to go and try and find. So remember, that was a 1:33, which evidently is way off the qualifying pace. Obviously, we're not at a full speed start on that one. But again, now what Nico needs to try and do now he's managed to weather lap 1. He's almost got to switch. He's got to switch his mindset from being this is going to be a massive fight to being, okay, I need a few, probably 4 or 5 hot laps. So he's got to change his mind to a hot lap session, and then he's got to go almost into race management and just not let up, because that BMW, you saw her jumping all over the curbs then, literally doing a wheelie. What's Vincenzo doing a wheelie for? Let's have a look quickly down the grid. Let's see if we can find Harry Goswell is last. Chris, that's the answer to that question, my friend. He finds himself in last place as these guys go thundering around yet again the twisty section there. Right, race gap, so we know these two are close. Nopek is also there. So remember, Nopek is leading the championship. He's in 4th position at the moment as Ian Thompson puts a move on Black Magic to move himself up to 25th position. So just again to brief everybody in terms of the Pro Championship, Thomas Nopek, your man here, he's 4th place in this race at the moment. He's leading that championship. His teammate Vincenzo Senatore, he's running 2nd at the moment. He's 2nd in the championship. Junior Hughes, look at that. Junior Hughes, he's running 5th. He's 3rd in the championship. So you've got all 3 protagonists pretty close together at the moment. Good evening. I just got home from work. Good to the Pink Pig. Oh, James, that is I did actually wonder. But you're away, aren't you? Market Harborough. Yeah, you're busy bee though, dude. Busy bee, which is all good. Thankfully, we don't look like anyone's particularly died. Harry Goswell, though, isn't going to be happy if we just have a look. Where is he? So he's made up 2 spots already. There you go. He's looking to make up a 3rd. Remember, Harry Goswell is 2nd in the AM class, and Neil Woodward's Porsche there looks... Wow, the front of that Porsche looks like she's definitely been involved in something, and off she goes again. And you can see he definitely counter-steered there, so he didn't end up flying across and taking out Harry as he does try and fly across the track. Wasbrook went home after mental crisis. What's mental crisis? Yeah, well, England versus Wales. I know. Don't tell everyone, but I'm not here next week because obviously I'm watching England play. And I thought, James, you'd be watching Wales. I thought we're going to have a little bet on that one. As Blanchett looks like he's moving down the grid a little bit as well. He's down into 30th place. Now, I think Ryan is 3rd in the AM class, so it looks at the moment that the guys in the AM class are having a little bit of a torrid start to this race, if I'm honest with you. Nico Velburn's currently still leading the way, as you can see. He's the fastest of the fastest at the moment, and he holds the current quickest lap of the race, a 1:28.320. This is better than England, Coops. It's the World Cup. It's the World Cup, mate. I can't not watch England in the World Cup. I mean, they might only have 2 games left, and then it won't matter, will it? But yes, to everyone out there watching, of course, this is much better than watching England in the World Cup. 100%. It is more exciting, I'll grant you that. At this stage of the race anyway. So Senatore is really, really hunting him down now, isn't he? He's only, what is he behind him at the moment? Not much. He's 0.2 behind as we go into the 2nd chicane. Let's have a look from this point of view. With the track being so tight and twisty and small little undulations everywhere, Brooker, stop it. So I don't want to be... Look, it's normally only Dal that abuses me in the live chat. Now you're all ganging up on me. That's it. I quit. I'm out. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. What I'm saying is, because the track is so tight and twisty and you've got these undulations that are happening within the chicanes primarily in those curbs, this particular view, you really get to see how the chassis flexes, you get to see the body roll on the cars, and again, it's absolutely awesome to see. Choice between free tickets to the World Cup final or rookies. I'm at the World Cup final, my friend. No shadow of a doubt. That's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The rookies is every week, dude. Now, if you were saying free tickets to the World Cup final or the final rookies race where you're tied on points to win the championship and it was at your favourite track, that would be a much more difficult choice for me. Oh, they go bouncing over those curves yet again. And, wow, Thomas Knopex evidently had a problem somewhere because he's got Junior Hughes breathing all down the back of him. So we've got Beamer versus Beamer. Remember, the top three in this championship are all BMW drivers, which kind of says something about, again, I've said this before, about the stability of that car and being able to push. Rookies at Paul Ricciardo Cota. I would go Cota. I'd go Cota. Right, so Junior Hughes is 5th. Sullivan's having a good run in his McLaren. You can see just behind there, takes a little bit of dust. He's in 6th place. Zach Dow's 7th. Freeman's in 8th position. There's about a second and a bit gap between those guys. Nigel Longden's currently leading the AM class. That'll please you, Smiley. He's 2.8 seconds down the road in 9th. Then we've got Pat Dean, who's really, really close. 0.4 behind. We'll check that one out in a moment. So that is for position within the AM class. And Senatore takes fastest lap of the race with a 1:28 or 1:50. So they are now starting to get into their stride. There's no choice. World Cup is not as good without Scotland there. Oh, Dow. He's so funny, isn't he? Come on, he is funny. Yeah, that's taken all my words away, that has Dow. Anyway, so Massey's in 3rd. Now remember, Massey's leading that championship. He's currently 3rd. Been really consistent this season. He's had a lot of podiums without running away with too many races. Just very consistent. Junior Hughes, whoa, gets late on the brakes, very late on the brakes there. But that may have been Nopek, may have been a little bit early on the brakes. Or Junior Hughes is just pushing really, really hard. You can see he's backed out a little bit there, just composing himself, just getting ready. Problem with this World Cup is not beer and hot dog. Yeah, I know, mate. I know. Shocking. It is shocking, really. Dave Goodway is in 12th position. We need to get on Michael Massey. Let's have a look and see what Massey's doing. So Massey, as you can see, is in 3rd place in the AM class, 11th overall, 0.3 seconds behind Patrick Dean in the 998 BMW as they come down hard on those brakes. Let's get that car tucked in. We'll try and get on that throttle a little bit quicker than Patrick. That looked very, very even between these two. Let's see what the Beamer looks like going through this last chicane. Let's see if there's any massive body roll. You've got 2.3 seconds gap behind him to Dave Goodway, and then you've got Bales. Wow, we've got a lot. We've got a lot going on here. A lot indeed. So these three, this is all for position within the championship. And then just behind them, you saw Dave Goodway's going to go through your screen now. He's only got a second, and then Paulie's only 0.2 behind him. Brown's 15th, Hellerman's in 16th at the moment. And then we've got Clutch. We have a clutch of AM class. So let's have a quick look. So Ryan Stinger, new guy in with us, member from Run DJC. He's currently running in 17th position. He's got Salazar rather close. Well, Salazar, you can see he's pushing. He certainly is pushing. Took a little bit of the dirt there, which has slowed him down a bit. Corvin is in 19th position. So there's Salazar. Corvin is in 19th position. Barretto's in 20th in the Lamborghini. See what he's up to, shall we? Let's have a look and see how she takes the curbs. Straight line on a bit of an angle. That's okay. That is okay. So again, remember, we don't really see a lot of Lambos these days, to be honest with you. We've got what? We've had 10 minutes running, just under 15 minutes left. We're still 18 ambient. Track temperature's gone up 3 degrees though. It's now 24, so that will be having some impact on those tyres. Let's hope everyone's pressured them correctly. Probably stayed in the practice server earlier on to see how the track evolves. Not giving any tips whatsoever there. We'll see what happens. 7 of you in at the moment. Thank you very much. If you haven't pressed like, please do so. It takes half a second. It means the world to me. Shows that, or probably means more to Dow and Brooker and Smiley, and James actually, because no one's being nice there today, are they? No. Pick on Coops Day. Well, that's fine. I don't mind. So we're currently watching this, so that's 20th position. And then 21st, we've got Matthew Ian Prentice, who is another DJC guy in the 666 BMW. He's running in 22nd, and Black Magic has just made a move in his 600 Honda, and that was on Ian Thompson in the Porsche. So that has just happened. Let's get on board of Ian, because this looks like it's pretty juicy. So he's defending. Ian Thompson is defending at the moment from Pryor, and Pryor's in the Aston Martin. That's Ryan Blanchett's teammate. You'll recognise that livery, but he's really trying to chase this guy down. He wants to get in that position back from Black Magic, and Mount Poley has just made a move on Bjorn Down for 13th position. So we do have news going everywhere. And what happened there? Someone went off the track then, no doubt. And it's paused. Okay, so coming into the chicane, I'm assuming, yeah, okay, I was going to say, I'm assuming someone either went off. It looks like Chica probably got on the brakes a little bit late and thought he wasn't going to make that. So evidently, he's given that position back. Well done to you. That's exactly what you should do. Anderson Albuquerque there in the Aston Martin, the 192 Aston, is running in 26th position. That's the light blue, the Gulf liveried Aston Martin. Chris Schneider, there he is. No, that's not him. The camera's doing that thing again. He's running in the Bentley at the moment. There you go. There's a Bentley. And he's doing his job. Sergio's in 28th position. Ludovic is currently still in 29th. Blanchet's had a terrible start to this race as Ferrari. Finds himself down in 30th. And Stefano Barretto has just made a move on Sven Corvin for 19th position, just to keep you guys updated. Lurchis is having a little bit of a wobble there. He's running in 31st position. And I know he absolutely loved the 24 hours of Spa, and fair play to him. He was a very, very good teammate. He stayed up all night like I did. He was chatting away to Jamie for most of that session, keeping him company, doing some spotting for him. I did the same for him, and then, oh dear, is that? Yeah, I was going to say, Ludovic looked like he was having a massive off there, and that's obviously got an effect. Blanchett as well. So these three, they don't look the most stable, do they? I've got to say that. Harry Goswell's really trying to catch these guys up in 32nd place. Remember, qualified P1 in the AM class, and then evidently had an issue at the beginning of the race and dropped all the way to plumb at last. Simon Turning is rather bright. Why is that? Why is that doing that? Well, that's not me. In the rather bright Porsche there, which looks rather laggy. Oh dear, we've got some issues going on. No, I'm good. Don't know why it's doing that all of a sudden. Chris Sota in the 275 Honda. And then Neil Woodward. Anybody else on your streams that you're watching, is it looking very, very laggy? Because all my stats here are good. All good. Fair enough. I appreciate that one, Brooker. I will take that as a compliment. I never thought about that. So it is laggy for you as well then, James, yeah? Now it's very odd. Right, back at the front of your grid. Let's hope it's just because they're way back where. Let's hope back at the front. See, look, now we're with the fast guys. It's better, isn't it? So Nico still is holding the lead. He's now eked that gap out from 0.2 to 0.4, and then they've got a gap of 1.7 back to Keenan. Nopeg, but I did say that Keenan was having a good run, but Keenan was running behind O'Sullivan, I do believe, so he's had a bit of he's had a bit of a push, hasn't he? Or there's been some issues with everybody else on there, so Keenan finds himself up to third. Nopeg, remember, he was running in fourth, he's still in fourth. Why is it doing that? It's really getting on my nerves. Really getting on my nerves. Sorry, let me just see. I mean, there's nothing else running. So Vincenzo Senatore in second place. Sorry, I know I should be talking about this, but that's really getting on my nerves because my stats are all looking good. Although on my system it looks okay. No, it's not. It's terrible. Who knows? I have no idea why it's doing that. Yeah, jitterbug. I know. It's very annoying. I really do apologise for that. As I say, if it looked like my FPS was dropping or my CPU usage was high, then fair enough, but they're not. CPU's under 1%, running at 60. Pass. JR stream seems okay. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll push through. Yeah. And sorry, I was just trying to be authentic with what's going on the screen. So Velman is still. Let's not look at Velman because he's all over the shop, isn't he? Well, he's not, but he is on the stream. Terence Keenan, he's about to get a bit crazy. Yeah, it could be. Okay. Yeah, might be the server. I take it you like that, Brooker. I should do that for the whole stream, shouldn't I, really? And then no one would think it's a problem with us. They'd just think, wow, it must be my internet, whoever's watching it. So Keenan's running in 3rd place, Nopek in 4th. Junior Hughes in the Traction Dave BMW. If those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not going to give you specific streams to watch, but Traction Dave would never actually put on any team colours. He would just go with the brightest, single paint job. Someone's just flew off the track there. Sean Freeman, I believe. Yep, just caught that one, but he manages to get back on. So he's running in 8th. Longdon, he is indeed. He's still leading. Let me go on board and see if it's any better. So Longdon, here we are with him. He's currently 9th overall, P1 in the AM class. He's not got it completely all his own way though, because behind him, we've got 2 of the rather quick individuals. Patrick Dean there in the BMW, and you can see, rather close behind him, we have Michael Massey. And we've got another battle going on behind them as well. So what we've got left, just over 7 minutes left of this one. There hasn't been any huge moves. The pack is close, yeah. There has been a couple of incidents. We would expect the pack to be close. We saw in qualifying the top 13 were covered by just under a second, which is that's pretty impressive out of the 37 car grid. No, Mikey, no, said Chris Jones. Yeah, I was going to roll out a Michael Massey joke, but I thought, I'm not going to try and engineer that. Anyway, yeah, so Massey's running in 3rd place. That gap's increasing slightly. You saw that Nissan's getting a little bit out of shape there. So he's evidently pushing hard. Just got a little fistful of oversteer, no doubt. So Patrick Dean is trying his best. Longdon, he's got to be happy, and there's no doubt he will have a long smile if he can win this particular race. That's for you, Mr. Smiley. Oh dear, was that contact or did he just lose it? We have spoke about these beautiful curves. Let's go back and have a quick look. Right, up to the chicane we go. Let's watch that BMW. No contact there, no, indeed. So, we were saying earlier on the importance of straight lining the second part of that chicane. And obviously if you don't straight line that, if you're on a slight angle and you catch it, we saw what happened there. The back end tried to over-rotate round to the left-hand side. He's probably counter-steered into that. And, well, he finds himself down in 15th place. So that gives Nigel some breathing space. And obviously that gives Mr. Massey a little shot in the arm as well, because that's more points for him as he's leading the championship. I get it, Chris. Longdon and Smiley, long smile. I get it. But, hey, you know what would be a great idea if you two were teammates then? I know, I can't help myself, sorry. Right, so Nico's doing a brilliant job at the moment. He's qualified on pole. He's led every lap of this race so far. He's managed to build that lead. It's now up to a second, which it's taken him 20 minutes to do. This is what I'm saying. This is how I love this track. Hello, Chris Pizzock. I hope you are well, buddy, in the live chat. That's the really impressive thing. The track is so short, so twisty. It's really, really technical. It's taken him 20 minutes to build. I'm always open to sponsorship. Always open to sponsorship, mate. You just need to let me know what you want to do. 500 quid a go. Anyway, Keenan's still running in 3rd place. He's having a very good run. Very, very good run is Keenan. Nopek is in 4th. He's 2.8 seconds down the road. That's not what he's going to be wanting. Your boys are doing alright. You can see, well, let's have a look at him. There you go, look, the rather scary JR there. Yeah, I don't know what possessed him, but he's doing alright, he's doing okay. It's not going to be doing his championship any better. Yeah, well, why are you not racing, Chris? Why are you not in tonight? But yes, Nico's doing very well in his Audi. Ryan O'Sullivan is in 3rd place, and Zach Dow's closing him down at the moment, so we'll keep our eyes firmly glued on that one, shall we? McLaren versus Honda. And this is battle for 7th place, and then behind these two, another 4 seconds down the road, 3 seconds down the road is Sean Freeman. So Chris, you've got 5th and 8th at the moment for running DJC, and your man Ryan, in his first outing with us, is running 17th overall, 1, 2, 3, 4, P5 in class. Oh no, okay, fair enough. Well, work's work, you got to do it, unfortunately. Hopefully we'll see you back next week. We've got another yellow on my screen. It's our raid, so Sean's running in 8th position. Vincenzo's still holding the fastest lap of the race in 2nd place at 1:28.387, although it says here that Nico's just done a 28.227. I'm assuming that was invalid, because I've also got a 28.180 from Terence King in 3rd place. 100% going to be invalid. Longdon 9th, Massey 10th. Let's have a look at Paulie. We haven't been able to look at Paulie so far. In the number 11 BMW, having a really good scrap with Bjorn. There's only a second between those two, and then they've got 5.1 second gap back to Dave Goodway. Brizzle, let's have a look at Brizzle. Brizzle's getting quite close, isn't he? Yes, he is. Bit of Aston time, ladies and gents. Just soak that in. I am trying to get Aston Martin to send me a car, because obviously every single stream that I do, I love the sound of the Aston, and I always have a bit of Aston time. They don't seem to have picked that up yet. Or certainly they haven't said, would you like to test drive one of our beautiful cars so you can listen to it? Knowing me, they'd probably send me, you know, that tiny little box thing they made to rival a smart car. And yes, I probably would get in it. Ha ha ha. Hilarious, people. This is your battle for 13th position, so Patrick Dean's got him in 14th still, isn't he? He's kind of gutted about that. He's still 3rd though in the AMP class, so he's still on the podium. That's not too bad for him. He's only a second and a bit behind these two, so that could develop. 1:38 left of this first sprint race. And it just got, you know, especially after doing a 24-hour event, a 25-minute sprint race seems like, bosh, like it doesn't even happen really. So Pat Dean 15th, Salazar is in 16th, Ryan Stringer is 17th, Barretto 18th, Hellerman is 19th, Balding is in 20th as your leader. Goes on to the final lap with Ryan O'Sullivan and Zach Dow. That was a move that's just happened. They're still battling. Let's see what happens with that. That's good, because that's going to allow JR to keep pushing. Oh, Ryan's left the door open into turn 1. That's a good line through there though. Zach Dow's just trying literally everything, and I have experience of Zach Dow and managing to force doors open. I mean, he is faster than me, evidently, but, you know, there was no gap there. This is a good battle, this one. We need to keep our eye on the leaders though. Let's see them through the chicane, and then we'll move across to our leaders. Okay, no one died. That's good news for them. So over to Nico, as he's just coming around that little twisty back section now. He's got himself, what, 1, 2... That's not a corner really in the middle bit. About 4 corners left to go. Makes the move up inside the 275 Honda. And Senatore is trying as hard as he can to try to... Everyone's just scrambling out of the way, aren't they? It's like, no, I'm not going to be the one who's going to cause death. And across the line, wow, very, very shortly, we've got P1 for race 1. Nico Veldman, brilliant race, well done to you. Lights to flag, pole position, kept that gap, kept his composure, as we said at the start, had the battle in the first lap, went into hot lap mode, then went into consistent mode. And Vincenzo Senatore is flashing away there. Congratulations to you, my friend. P2, Terence Keenan P3. Nopek comes across the line in P4, and that's good for his championship. And he's going to get some donuts going. No, it's all right. It's fine. There you are. It's fine. Junior Hughes manages to bring it home in 5th place. So some good points for him. Ryan O'Sullivan, that was a good run from him actually. He runs in 6th. Zach Dow's finished in 7th place. Freeman in 8th. Hawley's ended up in 9th. Longdon, congratulations to you, Mr. Long Smile. That would be P1 for the AM class, a 10th overall. And Michael Massey, Steward's Review, you can keep that P2. Well done to you, P2 in class, P11 overall. Bjorn Dale finished in 12th place. Dave Goodway, 13th. Alan Brown, 14th. Patrick Dean finished in 15th, 3rd in class. So you still picked up a podium, mate. That's all good news, even though he had that issue there. Chesney Salazar, 16th. Ryan Stringer in his first race with us. Congratulations to you, Ryan, in 17th place for Run DJC Racing. Stefano Barretto in 18th. Wow, that was a perfect time to have a look at him go across my screen. And Mattis Hellerman 19th, Sven Corvin in 20th, Matthew Ing finished in 21st, Black Magic 22nd. Anderson Albuquerque brought his Aston home in 2030, and Prentice 24th, Danica Schneider finished 25th, Stuart Pride 26th, Sergio not having the best day actually in 26th place. Oh, Sergio's gone all Hot Wheels on me as well. Nice, I like it. Always, no he hasn't, there's a problem with the game there, he got 2 cars in one. Ian Thompson 28th in his Porsche, Harry Goswell, nightmare race for him, he finished 29th. Everybody pay close attention to the winglets there. Beautiful bit of artwork. Ryan Blanchett in 30th, the only guy to have Timpson on that I can see. Adam Grace 31st. Chris Sauter, first race with us, finished in 32nd. Simon Turner in his very bright. I mean, there is a Porsche there with a McLaren. Kokowski's 34th. Woodward finished 35th. And Mariano ended up in 36th. So we have lost someone from the grid, unfortunately. There we go. Let's go. Well, let's just go there. Let's have a little look in the live chat, shall we, whilst we're waiting for the next session to begin. So that was the first Super Sprint race of the evening. Remember, we're going to move into another 16-minute qualifying session. We do it all over again. Basically, AM's out for 8 minutes, Pro's out for the next 8, and then bang, straight into another 25-minute race. Skaz says, nice shirt, Coops. Lurchy says, that shirt's rather sexy. Yes, I totally agree with you. It is indeed. If you give me a second, just give me a second. I'll show it to you in all its glory. Oh. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. Not me. The shirt. I should move my head a bit really, so people can see the artwork, but I wanted to change the camera angle anyway, so we're going to get underway very, very shortly for qualifying yet again. But whilst we're waiting for them to do that, let's have a little look-see at, what should we have a look at? Let's have a look at the different Patreon levels you can do within Formula Racing League. Yes, we do have to let everybody know this. There's 3 different levels you can do. Lurchy's enjoyed that, it's good. I think it's a bit of both, Lurchy's. Not the best race, but still fun. I know, Simon, but I tell you what, Simon, I love the livery. I'm loving that livery, mate. And some congratulations for Longdon coming through their first win. Nice, dude. Very nice. And the track is never driven before. Can't argue with that, can you? So, 3 levels of Patreon. You've got the supporter level, which is a mere £3 a month. The FRL Elite level, which is a £5, and then FRL Alien, which is £5.50. Obviously, we were going to charge £18 for that level, but with cost of living crisis and stuff, we thought we'd just do it 50p more. Then level 2, which was very kind of us, you get a plethora of benefits with being a patron. You get your number, you get free entry into any series that you want to do. You get into the FRL Lotto, you get coaching, number logos. And then in the big one, you can get yourself a livery done by Keddy. You can have Elgato icons, SimHub dashes, yearly prizes, overlays, banners. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in there. So if it's something that you may be interested in, if you want to support the league, then make the checks payable to COMMS by Coops. No, seriously, make it payable to COMMS. But well, do one for James as well. It's fine. But yeah, if you want to get involved, please do. And we're massively grateful, because without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do all of this. So yeah, we'll go from there. Next qualifying session is on its way. So if you have just joined us, we're not just sitting here thinking, what should we do? We have just had a rather busy qualifying session, a 25-minute sprint race. And all you guys, all you drivers that have just decided to come in, yeah, and have a little chat, which is brilliant. There's 12 of you in. Please press the like button, guys. I am talking about how great you all are. So it would be good if you could repay that. And Harry Goswell is pulling a non-smiley face. Harry, what happened is what I want to know. Green light, a green light. Harry, let me know what happened, or you're going to jump out and qualify now, so let me know afterwards. That'll probably be a good idea. Right, let's see who is first out of the bag. Who are we going to focus on? Initially, 666. that. Well, if you would change, it would be fantastic. Ah, okay, so we've got Woody. Woody's out first. Now, Woody evidently had some issues in the last race and qualifying. He qualified last, which is not like him at all, and it's not, you know, oh, he hasn't driven the Porsche before. He's spent quite a lot of time in the Porsche now, so that's not going to be the issue. Maybe it was the fact that he couldn't get himself enough space on track to get a couple of laps in. We don't know, do we? But he's got Ian Prentice breathing down his neck, hasn't he? Yes, he has. So he's not going to give that up too easily. Yes, Lurchies. But on a serious note, if anybody does want to make a little donation to COMMS by Coops, you can do that. You can. Just go to buymeacoffee.com/COMMS by Coops. It's just little one-off donations in there. It could be literally anything you like, you know. You don't have to, but if you want to, you're more than welcome to do so. Right, so Woody's going to get on his lap. Let's get in. No pressure, Woody. We are on board. Let's watch Woody's driving as we come up towards turn 1. Remember, we're looking for the bridge there, so as we go into that hard on the brakes, down into third, he's elected second, probably waiting for those tyres to come into the window a bit more, avoids the curve on the right-hand side, so that's evidently an issue for him and goes way too deep into turn 3 there. Now, that was a good race, said Alan Brown. I agree. I'm sure it was really good fun, mate, to be honest with you. A little bit of a change on the steering wheel there. How is she handling? You can see she's going very light there. You just saw the counter steer as he was mid-corner. So maybe we need to stick a little bit more downforce on her. Obviously, it would be a high downforce track anyway. Porsche, curbs, missed them all. So I don't think Woody's feeling massively confident in her. He's being very, I don't blame him. He's being very, very safe at the moment. The only person I've seen stay in third is Jardier. Everyone else is second in T1. Oh really? Well, I'm always in third, but then I'm only going at about 10 miles an hour. We should be in third. On the brakes, down into first, get it tucked in, make sure you clip, and then power on. Obviously he's got someone behind him getting a shift on as well, but also, ladies and gents, I need to, a bit of a disclaimer, this happens every week, I need to just say this. If you're looking at the leaderboard and the timing screen on your left, that won't be in order. Yeah, the software, for some reason, doesn't like it when you do 2 qualifying sessions, and it normally needs me to play a very, very high-speed game of Find the Car, which is quite annoying, if I'm honest with you. Right, let's do deltas. Let's change that so we can have a look at the deltas and we can see Woody again. He's not happy. Not happy in that Porsche. What's your teammate Dewsbury's hot lap? He did a 27, was in second. I've been using him as a guide. Oh, I don't have time for that, Chris. I don't have time for that, mate. But I'll take you 100%. I'll take your word for it. If second is the gear, second is the gear. Harry Goswell finds himself in P1. I thought you wanted me to join your team anyway. No, I know you don't. I get it. It's fine. It's fine. No. Right, so you're wondering what I'm doing now. And I'm just trying to find where everybody is currently. So what have we got? Goswell is currently in P1. Massey's in P2. Salazar's in P3, Dean's in P4, Chris Schneider P5, which is fantastic. So at least we know where some people are, and the 2 Chris's are having a little chat with each other. Hi Chris, hi Chris, hi Chris. We just need Mr. Gedman to come in. He normally comes in about now, doesn't he? No, it's 9 o'clock. Anyway, he'll be getting tacoed. Right, is Harry going to manage to pull back? Is he going to manage to pull back some decent points in this one from what was a race to forget, most certainly? Bathurst. Oh no, the teams are talking about the Bathurst race and getting people to put time in. So here we are with Prentice, the number 44, number 44 in the 666. Sorry, Ryan is in the 44 Beamer for Run DJC. So he's leading the pack in terms of who is out on track, but he's currently in P9. He's just gone up a little bit, so now he's losing time again. So we'll have to see who's moving and shaking. Hammy's in P3 at the moment, but he is nearly half a second up on his previous lap time. Sota, he's also half a second up as well. Albuquerque's in 4th. He's a couple of hundredths up at the moment. Any big movers? So no. Pat Dean is also nearly half a second up. So Harry's lost all that time. He's now a second off, so he's not having a great qualifying session either in this one. Unfortunately, Michael Massey, well, there you go. There's your man in P1 provisionally at the moment. He's a 128.420. Not too shabby. Let's go on like this, and let's have a little listen to it, shall we? We've got a couple of minutes left of the AM qualifying session. No, you should nag. You should nag. Nagging. It's not like he's got any other stuff to do, is it? Within FRL. Right, where is Ryan actually at the moment? So he, wow, okay. Well, Ryan seems to have found his feet, doesn't he? Yeah, I'll tell you why in a moment, as Massey looks to improve on his lap time. Previous one, he does improve by a 10th. Where's Ryan? So Ryan's currently in P2 in the 44 BMW for Run DJC. And is he up? Let's have a look at him. He is up as well, so he's up by a few thousandths. That's not going to be enough. He's 4/10 off the pace currently from Michael Massey. So he needs a bit of a Herculean effort well, for the rest of this qualifying session. They've got 45 seconds until the pros are going to make their way out. So, and you can see there's traffic in front of him as well. That looks like Blanchett. It is Blanchett. Blanchett looks like he's holding up that Porsche. And now that Porsche is 72, which is Sven, who's currently in P8. That's now obviously going to hold up. And that's that lap ruined. So, unfortunately, Ryan's been held up in traffic. He's not going to do any better on that run. He's 8/10 down. So we're going to start seeing these guys come into the pit. So in terms of the AM class, Massey is your man currently. The chap we're watching at the moment, Brian Stinghout, remember, it's his first outing with us in Formula Racing League, which is great to see. He's currently P2. And then who've we got in third? Goswell's in third. He's a couple of tenths up at the moment. Salazar's in fourth. About even. So we'll see. We'll see how all this shapes out as Corvin goes into the pits. So these guys are going to get to complete. Wow, they're not, because you just saw scariness personified. We need to, no, let's look backwards. That was scary. Look at that. The pros are coming. Right, so so Kokowskis is still out at the moment. Who's the first pro? Okay, let's have a look then. Excuse me. Junior Hughes. I'd say he's leading the pack, but he's not, is he? Because he's got his teammate ahead of him, which is Freeman. So Sean Freeman, he's leading the pack. The 83 Honda, he's your first pro out. So let's have a quick look. Ryan just built a PC over the weekend. He's racing already. Wow. So it's not like his first run with us. It's his first run full stop. What a geezer. Well, I'm confident we're going to see a lot more of him as he just goes into the pits up there. Well done. That's impressive, Chris. That is impressive. So well done to Michael Massey. He takes P1 in the AM class. And Chesney, Salazar managed to nick second place. Ryan Stringer third. Harry Goswell in fourth. Longdon in fifth. It's very, very tight. Very, very tight down there. But we're about to see exactly what the pros have got for us. 15 of you in at the moment, which is absolutely fantastic. If you haven't said hello, please do. Let me know who you're supporting. If you're racing, let me know how it's going on tonight. And obviously press the like button for me, pretty please. And if you haven't already, consider a sub to the channel. You don't want to miss yourself, do you? No, you don't. Anyway, as Sean absolutely clobbers those curves, keeps it tight on the left now. Just where the curve begins now, we're going to get hard on the brakes, down into first gear. Just listen to those gear changes. Bonk. The man on screen wasn't a blatant taking out more of a racing incident, just came out worse. That's unfortunate, mate. It's unfortunate. Hard on those brakes. Let's get the turning right. Clip. Not bad. Personally, thought it was a tiny little bit deep, but hey, what do I know? I'm sat over here. And Jan is in. Good evening, Jan. I hope you are well, buddy. Thank you for joining us. You have missed a brilliant first 25-minute sprint race. We're currently in qualifying. There's 5 minutes left of that. The pros are out at the moment, and we're about to see some times coming through. Again, this won't look anything like it should on your screen because the software hates a second qualifying session and keeps things rather jumbled up. So Freeman didn't put time in that one by the look of it, so we're going to have to wait. Is he in the pits? He is in the pits. And he's got his wipers going. Fair enough. Turn your wipers off, Ryan. So, Mr. Junior Hughes, in his BMW, had a race at Tier 2, finished P3 in the wet at Barcelona. Well done, that man. Congrats. Nice podium. Nice one, no? Nico, our race winner from... our race 1 winner, I should say, in the Audi. Come on, we didn't watch his qualifying that last time, and he snuck it into P1. So let's get on board. Let's see what the Audi's like round here. Harry says the days of bad Wi-Fi are gone. Thank God. Good. No excuse then. Evidently not. On those brakes, get the car turned in, squeeze. Okay, nice, Nico. Nice. Michael Massey still holding the quickest lap so far, but remember these guys are now on quick laps, so we'll see what happens. See how delicate, I mentioned it before, that last curve, the way it's cambered, you've got to be really, really delicate over there. Probably not take as much as that as Nico. Wow, we've just witnessed a potential pole position lap time there. So he's gone and done himself a 1:27.887. Very, very nice. Ambient temperatures are 17, track temps is 21. So, you know, it's asking for decent lap times. What have we got left? We've only got 3 minutes left of this one. It is looking a little bit cloudy though. So I wonder if the Keddy God had decided to put anything in that could potentially mix things up a little bit. Who knows? Anyway, Nico's doing some very, very nice driving in the Audi. The Audi will kill you. She will kill you, without a doubt. Yes, Brooke, it was most definitely a solid lap, as we can see JR diving all over those curves as well. I think that's Zach Dow behind in his Honda. So, what have we got? Terence Keenan now goes provisional pole. So Terence Keenan's a provisional pole. Velman second, Zach Dow's in third, Senatore fourth, and I need to go further down the grid. Right, fifth. Michael Massey still holding fifth place at the moment in the AM class. Alan Brown is provisional P6 at the moment. And what time's he doing? A 28.470. Interesting, very interesting indeed. Thomas Nopek is not. Is he out? He is out. Good. Because we know he needs a decent lap here. He needs to put himself up near the sharp end of the grid because he's got a championship to fight for. So every point, every place is important. Junior Hughes is in fifth currently. Fifth, started fifth in the last race. I believe finished fifth in the last race as well. So he's being consistent. That's certainly what he is. And who's that still in eighth in the AM class? Who's that? Salazar. Interesting. So Keenan's done a 27.817. And Nopek's just put in a 27.927. So we've got a tenth between them. Barely. But that isn't good enough either because his teammate Vincenzo Senatore has done a 27.815. I mean, this was ridiculously close in the first qualifying session, and this one looks like it's going to be exactly the same. Keddy is in the sky, I know that, but you never know. When he was on autopilot, as soon as he takes off, you know, he might have been messing about with the weather station. I don't know. We don't know, do we? He does many things. Jan, how come you don't league race, only enduro and one-offs? Good question. Spotlight to Jan. We'll wait for the answer. Terence Keenan still in provisional pole with a 27.8 or 1.5. What have we got left? 26 seconds. Is he going to get round for another one? That sounded like a dirty Mercedes. It was indeed. Dave Goodway, Junior Hughes 6th, Sean Freeman's in 10th. Veldman is... Oh, who's just done that? So Keenan's just gone quicker again. See, the man has got some serious pace. He certainly has. Alan Brown is yellow. Let's have a look at Goodway. Let's have a look at the Hot Wheels Mercedes. And let's have a little listen to her as well, shall we? See what Dave can do. Let's see what Mr. Goodway can do. So qualifying officially is finished. Remember, if they're on a hot lap, you can complete that hot lap. If not, that's unfortunate. You've had your opportunity, and we will obviously give you a full rundown of the grid once qualifying is finished, and it actually tells me what position everybody officially is in. But Terence Keenan is still provisional pole at this stage. That I do know. Veldman is 3/10 up on his lap. That could be interesting. Oh, I thought it was a little bit deeper there. You could also hear the traction control kicking in as well as he was trying to accelerate away into the final chicane. What's he going to do? What's he going to do? 23rd. Okay. 23rd for Mr. Goodway. Bjorn Dale. Everybody. Is everybody in the pits? I believe so. Apart from... No, everybody's in the pits. Valman's pulled over. Okay. Good. Well, there we go. I'll tell you now. Here we go. Right, so this is your starting grid for race 2. Simon Turner says, missing the pink pig tonight. I know, but he's busy, isn't he? He's had a really busy day at work. He said he had a mental breakdown earlier, of sorts, and came back home. So, yeah. And is he your teammate, Simon? Is that why you're missing your pink pig? Because I do love the livery on your car. I really do. Anyway, here's your grid. Keenan, pole position. Well done to you, sir. And Nico Veldman, pole position and race winner from previously, is in 2nd. Zach Dow 3rd. Senatore is in 4th. His teammate, Nopek, and championship leader so far, is in 5th. Junior Hughes 6th. Let's change the camera because it makes no difference whatsoever. Michael Massey is 7th. Remember, Michael Massey's in the AM class, so congrats to him. Alan Brown in 8th was qualifying. Chesney Salazar is 9th at the moment, 2nd in the AM class. Sean Freeman is 10th. Ryan Stringer apparently literally just thrown a PC together this weekend, and it's his first ever PC race, let alone a race with Formula Racing League, so that bodes very well for that individual. He's 3rd in class, 11th overall. Harry Goswell 12th, 4th in class. Bjorn Dale is 13th. Mark Paul is qualified at 14th. Longdon, remember, race winner in the AM class last time out, is 15th. Albuquerque 16th. Ryan O'Sullivan 17th. Barretto's 18th. Kakauskis 19th. Stuart Pryor is going to start in 20th position. Sven Corvin in 21st. I'm positively sure one of his laps being impeded, shall we say. Chris Schneider 22nd. Dave Goodway in the Hot Wheels Merc is going to start 23rd. Mattis Hellman 24th. Patrick Dean 25th. Chris Salter 26th. Sergio Osorio 27th for this evening. Ian Prentice, the other run DJC driver, in 28th. Adam Scrace, aka Lurkins, in 29th. Ryan Blanchett 30th. Black Magic is going to start in 31st in the 600 Honda. Matthew Ing 32nd in his Aston, and then we've got Simon Turner in the Porsche, as you can see there quite clearly, that sky blue and pink Porsche. Ian Thompson in his Porsche 34th. Mario Mariano in the BMW 35th, and Woodward in the 999 Porsche is going to start last again. So the Porsche doesn't seem to be a huge fan of this track at the moment. So, of the 10 that are currently watching, give me some predictions, ladies and gents. Let me know what you think. Who's going to come out the winner and who's going to suffer in this race. So remember, it's 25 minutes, no pit stops, no fuel, no tyres, just absolutely smash it. And here comes Jan's answer to Smiley's question. I am racing on Tuesdays, which is the last race next month. Wednesdays is in RDC, on Friday in TSZ. But I'm thinking about joining on Tuesdays. Well, a minute, Jan. It's a lot of leagues. You're like me. You've got like acronyms, different shirts everywhere with different leagues on. It's madness, isn't it? But I do genuinely think we could all probably race every single night in a different league if we... I'm not saying you should race in a different league before anyone cuts my stream. Smiley says Massey to win the AMS and Zach Dow to inherit a pro win. Interesting. And by inherit, I assume Chris means that Keenan and Veldman are going to have a love tap at some point and part like the waves or the Red Sea and let Zach Dow through. Dude, if I was single, I would do something every night as well, 100%. To be honest with you, I could do comms every night of the week. The offers are there. It's just I can't do that. I would be... but I would love to do it. It would be awesome. Certainly would. Right, formation up underway. Look, they're all going to get through the chicane all right this time, aren't they? Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Right, whilst they're doing that, let's have a look. Are they, though? Are they? Is Barretto... okay, he hasn't. Right, let's have a quick look whilst we're doing this. So Longdon is going to start from the pit lane. He hasn't pressed drive. That's the first challenge there, maybe. Mario Mariano was asking about his livery before the race, and there it is. But you know what, Mario? I'll get a different camera angle of you in the race, okay? So we can see it in more detail. Don't shoot me. You'll all see what I mean when we get on there. And Simon Turner, I did say that Porsche looks rather colourful. Oh, here we go. He's in. He's in. No, Chris, I've told everyone that Tacos is not on tonight and that it's not... Oh, he's got me on the side. Cheers, Simon. Comms by Coops. Thanks, buddy. I've told everyone that it isn't the best league on console. It doesn't have 3 full grids of over 80 drivers, and it didn't used to have the best comms in the world. I've already said that at the top of the show. If you don't believe me, you have to go back to the start and watch it after you've pressed like. But I hope you're well, Mr. Gedman. It's always good to see you in here. So they are formed up 2 by 2. Remember, this is race 2 of the evening. Race 1 was pretty epic, was pretty clean as well. But we do have different individuals involved at the front of the grid now. So there we go. You're very welcome. You're very welcome, Chris. Okay, Timpson Super Sprints. Season 3, Round 4 within Formula Racing League. This is race 2, 25 minutes about to get underway. They're going to cross that line. We're green, we are go, and off they run. James Williams is in here talking somewhere, and some support from Brizzle there. So let's see, you can see a little bit tentative there, and that looked like Zach Down nearly had contact with Vincenzo there, but managed not to. Oh my word, that was pretty late on the brakes, wasn't it, by Veldman? I thought he was really going to try and get a move done on Keenan. As we saw from the first sprint race, it's really, really important. Track position is king around here. We're going to have this scrap at the moment, and behind you can see Zach Dow and Senatore. They are, well, who's going to be brave enough, bravest into the chicane for the first time round? Top 3 get through all right, but it looks like Senatore looked like he got a better drive out of there. Remember, in the first race, Nico managed to hold off that BMW of his teammate and manages to do the same again. So, exactly the same as what happened in the first lap of the first race. Terence Keenan has managed to get away free. He's got to absolutely keep it nailed for this first lap. He has to. And Ryan's managed to make a move from up into 12th position, so that's going to please him and his Runde DJC teammates. But Terence up top, he has to absolutely build himself a little bit of a gap now and just keep his concentration. No mistakes. No mistakes. Longdon's pedals have stopped working. Can't change gear. That is really gutting. Tell him unlucky. Tell him I feel for him, mate. That is unlucky, really unlucky. So Nico's trying to push hard. Michael Massey's falling down the grid a little bit then. He's got Brizzle all over the back of him. So let's see what it's like. Something that's definitely not going well in that Nissan at the moment. So he's got Chesney Salazar all over the back of him. Sean Freeman's there waiting in the wings as well, as is Harry Goswell. Now remember, Michael Massey is still leading the AM class, but Salazar behind him, as you can see in that McLaren. He's P2 in the AM class. Get Freeman out of the way, and then you've got Goswell and Stringer. That's P3 and P4 in the AM class. So the pace differentials between these guys are minimal this evening, which is what is throwing up, I say throwing up, as Salazar goes absolutely jumping over that curb. It's all good stuff. I like. Terence Keenan, fastest lap of the race, 1:31.670. So he's doing his best. He's built a 0.7 second lead, which is pretty good. Let's move back to Freeman because he's got two. In fact, he's got two very, very close individuals behind him. But look how much he's harrying. And that's. I've said it before. It's only 10 corners on this track. It's very short. It's very twisty. Very, very tight. You know, in some circuits, you can get away with missing your braking point by a smidge. You can. You can't here. You just can't. Everything is absolutely nose to tail. Gedman says he's in Manchester, so we'll do them on Friday. You are a man of international... Well, I suppose it is international, isn't it, really, because you're in Scotland. International travel these days, Chris. Timpson are very lucky to have you. And all your hard work you do with them, no doubt. Nico Veldman, he now goes quickest of the race with a 1:28.837, so he's half a tenth quicker than Keenan in that last lap, but that second has grown, as you can see, has grown to a second. And we need to get on board with Zach now because he's only 0.3 behind Junior Hughes. If you're a Run DJC fan, look away now, aka Chris Pizzock, if you're still watching. Oh, Junior Hughes goes diving over those curves again, absolutely thunders across those curves. I'm telling you, every time, every lap these guys do that, they're all going to be wincing just a little bit. When they get to that second curve, I know for a fact they'll all just be like, hope, fingers crossed, that they don't get any issues from that. But yeah, I'm not really a massive fan of that view. I'd rather just get on board and watch the steering inputs. We'll change from this one in a moment. Where else is close? Wow, I'll tell you where else is close. Oh, this one is pretty close as well at the front of the grid. So we've got... Oh, that is close. That is very, very close. Look at him. Give him a little kiss there. So in the run, down the start, finish straight into T1. Keenan's gone off the inside line, which is fine, but Veldman's got on the brakes a little bit early. He's looking to get a better exit, so he's looking to get on the power a little bit earlier so he can build that momentum quicker. Junior said he's got some understeer. Not happy with the setup, says Brooker. Thanks for letting me know there, mate. But track, nothing's changed in terms of the track or the ambient temps, though. So if he's got the same setup on as race 1, who knows? Who knows why that is happening to him? BMW easy the curves. I did that in the Macca. Yes, you certainly would. There's no question about it. As we see what these two do over the curves, that Honda, easy peasy, and the Audi that are on board with Veldman at the moment seem to breeze through there quite nicely, but has lost a little bit and has put himself under a bit of pressure from this guy. That mean BMW followed, so that's Senatore, and he's followed very closely, as you can see in the background, by his teammate Thomas Nopek. Remember, those two are 1 and 2 in the championship. So again, they're going to be looking to pick up maximum points on this one. Longdon's in the live chat. Evening Cubes gutted first win in a race. Then race 2, the wheel decides not to work. I know, mate. Smiley, let me know. I'm gutted. I'm really, really happy for you for the win. Awesome. But gutted for you in race 2. I really am, mate. What wheel and pedals are you using out of interest? Yes, at least you get to watch it all. And he's gone a bit deep there. That's going to allow a bit of a move. Oh, we're going 3 deep. We're going 3 deep in here. This is going to be pretty epic through there. No contact as yet, but you can see that BMW is using all his racecraft at the moment. Is Senatore. He's just putting himself in the right positions, and Veldman is trying to fight back. Can you imagine the pressure Veldman's under at the moment? P1 winner. Qualified really, really well. He's now stuck between these two BMWs who are literally all over him. He's fighting like crazy to keep one off and to get after the other one. He's in that sandwich. We spoke about it many, many times. His brain is working absolute overtime at the moment. Oh, you've got an R9. Not well. I was going to say nice, but obviously it's not working for you. Other than that, how is it? How is the R9? Something is of interest to myself. So, Senatore has got the bit between his teeth, hasn't he? He's now rapidly closing down. Well, I say closing. No, that was going to happen all day long. There's definitely contact there. Those two, definitely contact. Let's go back. You could see that was going to happen a mile off, as you can see, into the heavy braking zone. He goes down the inside. I don't think he was far enough alongside him there. He's probably backed out the front a little bit, so that's allowed Terence Keenan to keep the lead. So the top four, there's no change to them. Although Alex Zakdal, as you can see, just in the background there with Junior Hughes, Zakdal's just set the fastest time of the race with a 1:28.357. No wonder, because these four are just they're having their own little party at Zolder, aren't they? But whilst they seem to be having a lot of fun, they're slowing themselves down. So we have got 0.4, 0.7. There's 1.2 seconds covering the top four in this second sprint race this evening, which is pretty awesome. And normally I'm trying to make my way all through the field, but I can't really take my eyes off this one at the moment. It's that epic, and we do have championship issues in there. Cool battle, very, very cool battle, mate. Indeed, Brooker, I totally agree. And Junior Hughes looks like he's closing up onto the back of Zakdal there. What he would love to do to get by him and try and get after these guys, but Zakdal's obviously thinking exactly the same thing, and they are closing up on these guys. So we'll see how that all develops. Further down the grid, Alan Brown, a fantastic run from him at the moment. He's in 7th place, 3.5 seconds behind Junior Hughes, as they all come into that long left-hander, that hard braking zone, all using the lines nicely. And JR is very, very close to the back of Zakdal, so we're going to have a look at that in a moment. I do apologise, because you know as soon as I come off a decent battle, something's going to happen in that battle. Yeah, we know that. He's got a decent run out of there. Ooh. Steady. This is fantastic. I know Nico is absolutely just probably sweating buckets, and I'm just sitting here just. Oh, he's alright, isn't he? He's doing alright. But this is a good battle. But what's happening now is people are starting to cool off from that battle a little bit. Terence Keenan's pulled 1.2 seconds, so he's not in this fight at the moment. Oh, and Senatore got a little bit squirrely. Definitely got a bit squirrely. But he's pulled away again. So, Veldman is in a fight of his life. They've had just about 10 minutes. They've got another 15 minutes left of this race. If they stay this close, I mean, this is why we do it. What we're watching at the moment is why we do this and why everyone puts in those hours, because these are some fantastic drivers. Yeah, again, I say it every single time. Unless you've sat in a chair with a steering wheel and you've jumped on and you've had a go, you have no idea just how much skill, effort, physical and mental effort it takes to be quick. No idea. Yeah, it's not Gran Turismo Sport. No disrespect to Gran Turismo Sport, obviously. My son loves that game. And I used to love Gran Turismo when I was little as well. I mean younger, I'm still little, obviously. So this battle is raging on. We are going to move down the grid a little bit, but just for everyone who hasn't seen so far, just again, we'll just show the beautiful Red Kings Motorsport t-shirt. I think they said £80 every time I showed it. How many times is that now? 1, 2, oh no. That's Christmas done, thank you very much. Yeah, just 80, it's going to be a cheap one. Kids aren't getting much. Right, so Thomas is still running 4th. That battle is cooling off a little bit at the moment, and it would appear Zakdal has managed, he still holds the fastest lap of the race so far, it would appear that Zakdal has moved himself out of the danger zone from JR at this stage. Michael Massey in the AM class has moved himself ahead. Let's have a quick look at him. There he is. Michael Massey's moved himself ahead. When's your son joining us? Do you know what? His legs need to get a bit longer. Yeah, he's 8. But he will be. He will be. Evening from Belfast, Cubes. Miss Race 1. Glad I caught this one. Well, Graham, good evening to you, sir. Yeah, Race 1 wasn't the best for Harry. He qualified really, really well, and then had an issue with somebody and was at the back of the grid. So at least you're here for this one, mate. And Belfast, why in Belfast? Are you working, or is it a social? It would be good to know. And just for you, there's your boy, Harry Goswell, doing his best. Doing his best, there he is. And he's currently, where is he? P9 overall, P2 in the class, which is good. Although, with Michael Massey currently leading that class, both in terms of the championship and on track, he's only going to increase his lead in that championship. Ryan Stinger, he's having a fantastic race, isn't he, so far? And he's running in 10th, 3rd in class at the moment. He's got 4 seconds to make up to get to Harry, but he's got himself a 4.1 second gap back to Chris Schneider in 11th place. So he could potentially be on for a podium here, which would be absolutely awesome. Senatore in 2nd place overall. He decides he's going to go a little bit faster. He sets quickest lap of the race, a 1:28 flat. You're working. Well, the Guinness. Well, I'm sure that's your job, wasn't it, to go out there and be a tester? That's what I'd be doing. And Jan, yes, that is Goswell Senior. It certainly is. And Harry's just put a move on Fresh Brizzle. There you go. Perfect timing. Let's see what it looks like from the back of Harry's car. Aston versus Aston. We all love a bit of that, don't we? We've got 11.5 minutes left of race 2. Track temperature's fallen by 1 degree. Sure, Brizzle's definitely going to want to get that place back. He is a competitive individual. Stuart Price just made a move on Rokos Kakauskis down in 15th, so that's a move for position. Well done to him. And Pat Dean has just made a move on Chris Schneider. So Pat Dean in the AM class, remember, he was rapid in race 1. He's looking like he's making some moves now. So let's see if he's 5.4 behind Ryan at the moment in 10th. Let's keep an eye on that delta and see if he can bring that gap down. I don't think Graham does race though, Jan. I don't think he does. I think he just likes watching, which is amazing in itself that he supports him, to be honest. So Keenan is still holding the lead out in front. He's got 1.2 second lead over Vincenzo Senatore. He's just done the quickest lap of the race at 1:27.832, which is a bit of a gap on the previous fastest lap, which was a 1:28 flat. Nico Veldman is still in P3. He's a further 1.2 seconds back. And then we've got Nopek in P4, 0.7 seconds. We've got a 3.8 second gap back to Zach down in 5th. And then Junior Hughes. Let's have a look at him. Let's have a look at our JR. We haven't really spent much time with him because I don't want to hurt anyone's eyes with this livery. Look at it. Hey, blimey. Blimey. Need a better PC first? Well, you know what to ask Harry for Christmas then, don't you, Graham? Say, listen, son. And obviously you've got to say it as dads do. Probably a northern dad would be better. Like Neil Woodward would talk to his kids, man. Now, hey up, Harry. You know, for the last 18 years... I sound like JR, don't I? Oh, dear. I have to cut that bit out. He won't talk to me again after that. Right, so Ryan's running in the top 10. Sean Freeman is... Where's Sean? There he is. Sean's running in 12th at the moment. He's pretty close. That seems like a good time to join him, as he's putting some pressure on Chris Schneider in the Bentley in front. Oh, and Chris Schneider goes a little bit wide there. You just see in the back end of that Bentley trying to over-rotate. Sean's trying to stick his nose up the inside. That's not going to work in there, but it is potentially enough to push Chris Schneider out wide. That didn't work out, so on the run up towards the chicane now, he goes defensive, so Sean's just going to take his normal braking point. He's just going to scoot through there nicely, and that Bentley's... It's so difficult, isn't it? When they take... And obviously the Bentley's munches curbs, we know that, but it's also very, very difficult to see how much time they potentially lose through there. I think it's through these twisty bits here where the Honda is going to usurp that Bentley. A little bit of a tail slide there though. So what do I know? Chesney Salazar's doing really well in 13th position, isn't he? He's having another very consistent race. Patrick Dean, sorry, I should not be abbreviating his name without permission. You see, now Graham, that's a problem, isn't it? That is a problem, and it just shows how much of a loving father you are, because what you've just written there is, he didn't say he sold his Xbox to fund his gaming wheel. It was he sold our Xbox to fund his gaming wheel. So if I was you, Graham, I'd be saying to him, I need some seat time, because technically half of that was mine. Although he'll probably just say no, Dad. Right, Stuart Pryor. Let's have a look at Mr. Pryor in his Aston Martin RS Motorsport. He's a teammate of Ryan Blanchett. Obviously, RS, Ryan and Stuart. I'm on it today. On it today. So he's running 15th place. He's currently trying to chase down Patrick Dean. Who's that gone off there? That is Freeman, who's just gone off. So we just saw Freeman, who was trying to chase down the Bentley of Chris Schneider, who's evidently just had a bit of an issue, and he's dropped himself a couple of places down to 14th. That is unlucky. He's now trying to fight his way back through. Who's he sandwiched between at the moment? So that's Patrick Dean in front, and that's Pryor behind him. So he's out, considering Sean's usual pace, he's out of position, no doubt about that. At the front of the grid, we have no change still. We're still in first place. We've still got Terence Keenan. Oh dear, Senatore went a little bit wide there. I was going to say that maybe would allow Nico to get right close behind him. But those two, Nico is still just absolutely locked into that battle. 0.3 seconds between him in third and Knockback in fourth. I'm sure Thomas wants himself a place on that podium as he literally straight line jumped that curve there. That was absolutely awesome to see. We've got 6.5 minutes left of this race. It just doesn't stop. So we'll have a little look from above, shall we? Michael Massey still leading the AM class in 7th place. He's got himself a healthy gap back to Harry, who's in 8th with the number 8, second in class. He's got to be happy with that. 1.8 second class. He's now pulled a 2-second gap on Alan Brown, which is good for him. And then Ryan is third in class, 10th overall. We got down to Freeman, didn't we? 14th, Prize in 15th, Hellman 16th, Prentice is 17th, 6.6 seconds back from Hellman. Blackmagic's in 18th, Corvin's 19th, Blanchett is currently in 20th position. Let's run through the full grid, shall we? Bjorn Dale's in 21st, Sergio Asorio's 22nd, Stefano Barretto 23rd, Simon Turner's 24th, and has just put a move on Chris Sota. And well, we've got two rather bright cars there, haven't we? Mario Mariano, I did say we'd have a look at his livery in a little bit more detail, so we'll wait for the camera to catch up with him. Some of these liveries are magnificent, pretty similar. Yes, Chris, the magnificent liveries in here are brilliant. They are. And look at this one. Look at this one. Look at him. He's got to shoot someone. I mean, you know. Don't crash into him, is all I'm saying. And thank you, the last 3 hours of the 24-hour race. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, Chris. I was completely out on my feet after being up for the whole thing, but I really enjoyed it. Definitely be doing one of those again, without a shadow of a doubt. So Mario Mariano's in P26 at the moment. Ryan Blanchett's just made a move. Sven Corvin's dropping down the grid. He's in the pit, so he's evidently had a crash somewhere. I'm not going to try and look at that because it's just going to freeze my screen, and we don't want that at this stage of the race. Let's keep our eye on these individuals at the front just for a moment. The big Lebowski, said Mr. Gedman, indeed. Where did we get to? We got to, quickly, Sergio is in 21st place. We're coming up to a back marker. That looks like Chica. Oh dear, where's Chica? Let's find him. Quickly, come on, work faster. Ian Thompson. Let's look behind him. Now, Ian Thompson is a very good driver. He's been with us a long time. There's a move. That is a move down the middle. Oh my word. So, we've got double, triple moves. We've got a lot going on here. Headicam we need. Look at them. Absolutely going for it. So, that looks to me like Vincenzo has made the move on Terence Keenan. That looks like that move has just happened at the top of the chart. So, Vincenzo Senatore has gone third. P1 at the moment. As you can see, look at them all. They are 3 wide in here. Oh, they're all together still, and something came off somewhere there. So Vincenzo Senatore has currently managed to force his way into P1. Keenan finds himself in P2. Veldman is holding P3 at the moment. He did say he managed to get himself up in position previously, but he's lost that again. And Thomas Knoppek, he must just be sat there watching all this going on, just thinking, okay, these guys are all battling really, really hard here. If I just hold off a tiny little bit, I could pick up some decent rewards if anything untoward does actually happen. So, I mean, what is going to happen? We've got 3 minutes left. It's absolutely crazy. Yes, Chris, your WeCom stint was very good. It was very good, buddy. Woody's also in here. He is indeed. JR's about to come under some pressure as well. Thank you, everybody. This is the beauty of doing it like this. I've now got a team of spotters. What, from Massey? Nah, 1.2. He's got ages, Brooker, ages. But we'll keep an eye. Massey's quick round here, but I would say the Nissan is a decent car around this track because of the fact she's so twisty and so tight. So we'll see. Oh, Veldman's going to be absolutely gutted. He's going to be gutted if he doesn't manage to hold on to a podium here. 2 minutes 20. So Massey's now a second behind Junior Hughes. We'll have to see how that works. Yeah, he is definitely catching it. Oh, who was that? Oh, it's that Senatore. He's binned it. He's thrown it off the track. Let's have a quick look. We need a replay on this one. Into the hairpin. He's gone to straight line it. No, he didn't get the first bit correct, did he? So, oh my word. How close was that? He nearly took out his teammate. That was ridiculously close. So, all changed, ladies and gents. Terence Keenan finds himself back in P1. Veldman now finds himself up onto the podium again as we've got another one off the track in P2. And Thomas Knoppek, from being in 4th place, which wasn't too bad, he now finds himself up on the podium. Senatore, that's race over for him. He's now under pressure from Zakdal. We know Zakdal likes a move. He's going to try and put some pressure on him, no doubt. Junior Hughes is still in 6th place. You can see just behind. Chica's in the middle of these two. And Massey's now 0.7 seconds behind him. Leader should be on the final lap now. I don't know how to do it. So, Keenan's got one tour left to do to pick up a race win, and Zakdale sniffing another position. He's thinking he could maybe get himself some more points from that one. Massey's in 7th, still 0.7 behind. Harry Goswell is still running in 8th overall, 2nd in the AM class. Brown's in 9th. Stringer is doing really, really well. He's got a good gap as well, so he's going to get a podium if he doesn't throw it off the track. Fingers crossed, touch wood, he doesn't. Chris Schneider's in 11th, Salazar 12th, Pryor is 13th, Hellman's really closing down on the apprentice at the moment. There's only 0.4 between them, and Zakdale's going for it. He's going for it. He's going to try and bully, and he does. Well, see, this is what I'm saying. You put the pressure on. You really put the pressure on, and you can force people. You can force people to make a mistake. As Senatore wants to go back. Wow, this is an absolutely brilliant end to this race. This is fantastic. And you see in the background there, Junior Hughes and Michael Massey's absolutely on his tail. Absolutely on his tail there as well. And there's a challenge. There's a challenge at the top. Come on, change. Oh, something has happened there. Something has happened there. So there's been contact. There's definitely been contact. So it looked like Veldman was trying to make a do-or-die move, and it doesn't look like it's come off. So Terence Keenan, well done, mate. What a great race that was. Great race. Winner of race 2. Well done, Terence. Nico Veldman again. Great drive from you. Yeah, that was a very nice little donut there. And Thomas Knoppek, well done to you, sir. Zakdal finishing in 4th place. That was a very good race. It just shows you, if you stick in there, if you stick and you just keep at it, you can make up places. Harry Goswell flashing his lights there as he comes across the line. Senatore finished 5th in the end, which was unfortunate. Obviously, he spent a good portion of that race in the top 2. Junior Hughes, there we go. There's your man. He finished in 6th place. Michael Massey, congratulations to you. P7 overall, P1 in the AM class, remember. Harry Goswell, P8. P2 in the AM class. So well done, Harry. Your dad says, hit that Honda, buddy. Alan Brown, P9, he'll be happy with that. Ryan Stringer, congratulations, Ryan. That is a very nice podium for you in the AM class with your first race on PC at a track you've never driven before. I think we should all be rather worried about that. Chris Schneider finished P11, Salazar in P12, well done to you, mate. Stuart Pryor in 13th, Sean Freeman, probably not the race he would have wanted this evening, finishes in 14th. Ian Prentice, again, also in the run at DJC, guys, in 15th. Mattis Hellerman, 16th. Black Magic finishes in 17th. Blanchett, 18th. Bjorn Dale in 19th. Sergio Azorio in that beautiful livery on that Aston. I love that livery. In 20th position. Stefano Barretto, 21st. Simon Turner with his Porsche. See you in a fortnight, Cubes. Okay, big guy. I shall see you later on. See you later, mate. See you later. Kukowskis finishes 23rd. Chris Salter, 24th. Mario Mariano. Well, it's a great time to be on the stream, mate, in 25th. Chica finished in 26th. Paulie 27th. Lurchie's 28th. Ing 29th. Woodward finished in 30th position. And then we have Pat Dean in 31st. Corvin in 32nd. Albuquerque 33rd. Dave Goodway 34th. So we've had a couple come out there, but that's fair enough. Blimey. Wow. What are we going to say about that? I'll tell you what we're going to say about that. That was pretty crazy. Not angry, just disappointed. Yeah. It was pretty good. I'm still hearing donuts. We've still got donuts going on out there, which is always good to hear. That means some people are happy and putting on a bit of a show for us. What a great couple of races that was. I love Zolder as a track. I do love Zolder as a track. It always throws up some good racing. We've seen that this evening, some rapid pace. I'm sure everyone's going to be fairly happy with that. Senatore probably be a bit disappointed, but that is racing, as they say. So that was round 4 done. Thank you, Mr. Gedman. I'll come and have a look at you in a minute. If you're, well, you won't be racing if you're in Manchester, will you? Shame. Hold on, ladies and gents. I need to just hold on. Oh no, I've come out of that now. I was just wanting to see who's trying to do some donuts next to me to get on the stream. People like to do that. But yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, great racing. So 2 fantastic 25-minute sprint races. Another great round. We've got what we got. That was round 4. We've got 5 and 6, 7. We've got a couple to go. Brookout, thank you for watching tonight, mate. I appreciate that. I'll see you on the next one. I'm live tomorrow with ERS if anyone wants to have a little watch of that one. 11 in. If you haven't pressed like, please do so. I really appreciate that. And fantastic. We'll see you all next week for round 5. That one's going to be pretty epic as well. But the last thing for me to say, as always, is COMMS by COMMS out.